Hi, everybody, and welcome to tonight's live broadcast. I am going to be working in Adobe Animate tonight. I'm just very glad to be here for our 29th day on the 30-day post-day challenge, and I really hope that you guys enjoy. So I'm going to go ahead and open up Adobe Animate, and here is where we're going to be working tonight. So let's get started. I am working out really just the thumbnail, really super rough thumbnail sketches for this animated short that I'm creating. So it's going to be actually a combination of live action, traditional animated, and stop motion. So there's going to be all three in there, and I am quite excited to be working on this film. And let me see where I'm started because I'm just jumping right in today, which is a good thing. But oh my goodness, let's see where I'm at. Okay, success. Let me see where I am in my script. I have my little script right here in front of me. So I wrote this script. This is the script that I actually was talking about a few days ago. So I wrote this script. It's a short film clip. Let's see where we're at. And so just so you guys know, you can do your thumbnails either, you can do them totally like just like a scrap paper or something before you actually do your storyboard. So that's what these are, their thumbnails before I do the actual storyboard sketch work. So I was actually even making sort of an animatic here, just out of even the thumbnails I have, which I think is probably, this is the first time I'm doing it like this, so I'm totally experimenting. I think next time I will just do all of my sketches before I even think about timing out the animatic, because that just makes it a lot more a lot more to do at the same time, and I just don't really think it's too much to do at once. So I think right now I'm just going to finish doing up the sketches before I try and time it out anymore, because that's just one more thing to think about. So it turns horizontally to the right. Alicia walks out of the block and gets into full view. So this is the part. Since Alicia walks past the camera, blocking the camera, and walks up the stairway to her home. Camera remains focused, not moving. Cut to the top of stairs. Cut to top of stairs. I have that part, I believe. So this is she going up the stairs, and then cut to the top of the stairs. Cinderalicia sadly unlocks the door to her apartment. Cut to interior. Cinderalicia walks through the door with keys in hand, as though she has unlocked the door. She sets them aside and she walks out of view. Okay, so this is the part I'm going to be doing a thumbnail for, where she is entering into the apartment. So I'm going to probably do, let's see, a couple of thumbnails for this one. So I'm just thinking about like just the real basics of how I want this scene to kind of play out. I want the door a little bit this way. So the clock, there's going to be a clock here. The clock is really important for later in the script. You'll find out why later, once you probably actually see the film that'll be out within the next couple of months. Right now, I'm just still in the very early stages, so maybe I'll do like a little. You gotta think about the composition, even in something like this. It's supposed to be like, there's not supposed to be an open space where your eye can just boom lead out. Something has to be interesting to keep the eye of the viewer. So that's why I'm kind of thinking, okay, well, I had it like this. There's a table, there's a door, there's a clock, and then there's this like blank space. So I mean, I don't even think about this kind of stuff. Like, I think I don't even like realize how like much I just do this automatically. And so like as I started doing it, it just came to me, all right, well, let me tell you what I'm doing. So automatically I thought, I'm going to put this like a vase here or something that keeps the flow going. So it's not just, you know, blank. It's like this is leading to this, is leading to this. The door is opening and leading back to this. So there's like a circle that you want to create of a view inside of your composition. And that's just a little bit, you know, just a little bit about, I mean, art in general. That has to do with any type of art that you're making. I'm just going to block out the figure. I'm not even going to make it like anything that's necessarily very recognizable. I know what it is. And really with thumbnails, they're just for you. And so no one even needs to see this. So even if it looks totally just like, you know, garbage. I don't want to call it garbage, but pretty much thumbnails are like, you know, chicken scratch. I mean, that's pretty much what I'm doing right here, just to try and get some sort of an idea before I actually make some storyboard drawings. Okay, so the next one she gets in, maybe I'll do like a onion skin here. Okay, so she puts the keys on the table. I'm gonna have her looking a little bit sad, so she's just gonna rest them there on the table. So I already know who this is. She's gonna close the door behind her, so I'm gonna leave the door closed this time. And onion scan ability is available like anytime you use flash. You can see it's the same thing as using like a light box, so you'll be able to see what's underneath that first layer there. And I could have copied it, but I like to redraw it every time you redraw it here. I mean, you know, you do save a little bit of time if you just copy paste, but at the same time, I don't know, sometimes it's like it's not even, just draw the thing over. Right? That's the way I think, just draw the thing. And constantly save. So I'm not sure if you guys can actually see that I'm saving. I'm not sure. Can you see that I'm saving? Yeah, save it every couple of minutes if you're going to be doing your thumbnails. Like I said, thumbnails are just for you, that you can just totally do it in like a sketchbook, or, you know, even in like a regular notebook or whatever, because these are just going to be your references for making your storyboard, just of where you're going to put things. And that's all you need to know for thumbnails, is where you're going to put things, and that's it. I mean, if, you know, as long as you're going to be the one, I mean, you should be the one doing your own thumbnails, so you're the one who knows like which part is what. And it's also good to number them. I haven't even numbered them yet. But it is good to number your thumbnails. I mean, that's more important for your storyboard. Once you actually get to the storyboarding part, you will be numbering your panels, which each drawing is just a panel. That's all. So the next part is going to be, she walks through the door. She looks sad. Okay, so now it's cut to her walking toward the bed. So this is another angle. So also, you should have an idea of this is going to be the bed here. Maybe just like a table. You see the composition, thinking of your composition. Something's going to be here in the window. Maybe this will start here. And then she's walking towards this way. So just like a body figure is what I need to know. And she's walking. Oops. Yeah, there's like an auto recovery, but don't depend on that. Always save your own stuff. Always just save your own stuff. So she's walking towards that way. And she's gonna sit on the bed. She just like plops onto the bed. Just like a plop. How do you fall? You just sort of. And then she's just gonna be right here in the bed. This is a sort of a sad part that I started with. The beginning is funny, and then there's like this, there's like a shift in the emotions, and then there's like more comedy. So this is actually a comedy script. This is like the only sad part of the film. It's kind of like I guess it's like leading into another part, leading into the story. So this is just getting to know where this character is. She's got a hard life, so pretty much that's what I'm establishing. And you want to establish your character. So I'm just establishing right now. She's got a hard life. So think about that. I mean, all of that is in the script, but you have to establish. Um, geez, where's the picture at? Or maybe she just it just cuts to her. So she's. Is it going to be a close up? Okay, so it's going to be a close-up, like a semi-close-up of the character for this frame. She's on the bed, looking sad. So she's over here on the bed. The next one is she's going to reach for something. Still on the bed. And she's got this picture in her hand now. And this is all just character establishment. Why does your audience care about your character? Because they've somehow figured out some part of her life through the storytelling that makes her or him relatable and care for them. There's something about that character that they see that reminds them of maybe something that they've went through. They see that maybe the character, something's relatable. If you've ever struggled with paying a bill or something, and you see a character that's having a hard time with money, you say, oh, I know what that feels like. And that's what makes us relate to characters, when they share our struggles. So she's looking at this thing, and it's going to be I haven't figured out what I want the pictures to be exactly yet. So she's going to have a close-up here, looking at this picture. Maybe it's her with a loved one, or maybe it's, I didn't add that in the script. I just said she's looking at a picture, and for whatever reason, the picture makes her sad. So I think I'm going to improvise and add a little bit, ad lib, actually. So maybe I'm thinking of this, she's maybe with her dog. Animals are always a good way to add, you know? Instead of that relatable feeling. Everybody knows what it's like to love an animal, right? Almost everybody. Most people. Okay, so maybe she took this picture of her and it's a sunny day. And maybe, oh gosh, this is just too dark. And then she looks over. Her sad eyes. She looks over and she still has the picture. You know, gosh, it's very extremely rough, guys. So please don't mind. She looks over. Oops, no, I didn't mean to do that. It's starting all the way from the beginning. This one is a little bit more detailed. That's like perspective. But let's see where we were. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I'm gonna wait. It was just like too complicated. I felt like when I was like making the animatic as I was making the storyboard. So I'm just gonna throw all the images first and then figure out the timing because it was just way too much. Okay, so here we go. She looks over and like right at her, the little, let's see how close I can make this. Little table by her bedside has got like a, oh, what do you call it? An urn. Oh, that's so sad. That's sad, huh? What does an urn look like? I don't know if I've ever seen an urn. What does an urn look like, Google? I'm just gonna make up a fake looking. I remember seeing one in Meet the Parents. Have you guys seen Meet the Parents? And then the cat was scratching at the mom's remains from the urn. It's so sad. Oh my gosh. Oh, well, this looks nothing like an urn, but like I said, it's for me. I'll Google what an urn looks like later. And it says like scruffy. It's supposed to be back in the day too, so maybe like 1910 to 1908. R.I.P. You know? And this is Scruffy's urn. Oh, it's so sad. Well, it's supposed to be. So people are supposed to feel sorry for her. So like this right here is just gonna be the urn right here in this shot. So by her bed, there's that urn. There's that darn urn. Sad urn. And she goes and she picks up the picture and she looks at it and she looks and it's, and then back to her. Save. That was already too long that I went without saving. Back to her, and she is, what do you think? Mortified. She's kind of, she's, and this part is live action, so it's not going to look like this, but it's just to show dramatic. She's mortified, totally mortified. Scruffy is gone, and she has a hard life, and that's just adding to compassion, right? Compassion for this character who's having a hard life. You didn't see the very beginning of the entrance of this character, but she was walking home from presumably work, and it's never established where she's walking home from, but presumably work, and she passes by this pawn shop, and she sees a shiny thing in the mirror in the window, and she reaches into her purse, and she just doesn't have enough money. And she's sad. She walks home, and then she has a memory of her Scruffy, and now she's even more sad. So there is your sad character who is going to have a turn of events soon. But you got to have like in order to enjoy the happy events of the future, you have to have these sad beginning parts, right? Just to see the contrast. I mean, it's all about contrast here, right? Even in not just in still pictures, but in motion pictures, you got to have a contrast so that we can see, we can enjoy with the character the good times because we've seen the bad times. So now that she's sad, what happens? It gets worse. Of course, it has to get worse. Oh, it has to get worse. It has to get worse. Okay, so actually I'm gonna I'm gonna keep another one just to show that it's this cry lasts for a while. She's really sad. She's like extremely sad. Okay, so continues until she's like puffy-eyed. So the next shot is gonna be something totally else. Cut back to the door. And right here, we're gonna hear she's crying, and we hear a knock, and we cut to the door, and here is where things get more interesting. So the door is a little bit, somebody's pounding the door. Keep it roughly the same so we know that we're still in the same place as we were before. That's that clock. Actually, it's like, I have an idea for what time it's supposed to be. Okay. No, that's not what time it was. Alright, so let's see. Maybe like right around here. I'll change it later if need be. And the door is bounced open or busted open by this incredibly rude person. So the door is flung open. Busted open. And who is standing in the door? A very obnoxious man is standing in the door. And who can be more obnoxious when you are so terribly sad and you have no money to afford the shiny thing in the window? If you guessed the landlord, you are correct. So here is the big bad landlord. And he is going to be a character. And of course, every villain needs a sidekick. So his sidekick is his brooding wife who loves to just follow him around. So the wife is in the background. of this guy. And let's do it. Okay. So there they are. I think I want to make them even more. So bust the door open, and then we're gonna do the close-up. Of course, you gotta have a close-up of a new character like this. I just realized something. I did a short film years ago. Well, I like wrote a script for it. I wrote the script and I did the thumbnails. I did all this story planning for it. This was years ago, my first year in at SVA, and sure thing. Also, I guess I'd like using like pictures. I don't know where I got it from. At some point, there must have been a movie I saw where they had a picture and it like touched me or something, and I felt like, wow, that's a really bonding thing for a character to look at a picture like that and have emotion. But yeah, that happened, and that was like, and it just reminded me just now when I did like the the picture of what's his name, Fluffy, who passed away. So yeah, I guess that's like my thing, pictures. So this is gonna be the bad guy. Yeah, I made him way more detailed than he needs to be for the thumbnail, but and here is his evil sidekick wife, who I'm also playing. I'm playing Cinderlisha, and also I'm playing the sidekick wife. So it'll be a nice contrast. She's a baddie, a bad woman, and she's gonna be hanging over his shoulder like so. I'm not sure how I'm gonna do the hair or anything. It doesn't really matter right now. So they're kind of close up, and you kind of get to know he's gonna have like a grin. Maybe he'll grin. So let's see. Then say so it shows him what they're wearing, and she is gonna be smoking a cigarette, and then cut back to Cinderlisha, who looks shocked. Is that a look of shock? She leaves you in the bed. Your picture over here. So super just sample. And then he takes a big step. So what's a big step look like? He's taking a big step into the room. You want to see like almost like a Mario step. He just walks in like he owns the place. And I guess if he's the landlord, then maybe he does own the place. But he doesn't have to act like that. You know what I'm saying? Just because you're the landlord doesn't mean you have to act like that. You may own the place, but you're not gonna act like you own the place. Shout out to all the landlords out there who look like this guy. and act like this guy. I bet your tenants are super happy to have you. Must be nice to be a landlord. I don't know. I've never been a landlord. I'm renting an apartment right now. I hope to buy soon. I really do. I'm done with the renting business. It's not for me anymore. I mean, it's better than not having anything, that's for sure. I'm grateful to have a place to stay. I just hope and aspire to hopefully soon get an actual place to call a forever home. So he's gonna take a big old step in. And I'm dramatizing it, of course, for somatics. Just to get the idea what we're going for. I want to have a good idea, a good little understanding of what to shoot for when it comes time to shoot for it. So that's the door, of course. He takes a big step in, and let's see what he does next. Mm-hmm. And then he's going to be talking. So, save. I'm going to do maybe like I wanted to kind of be talking at her. You know what I'm saying? And of course, the little lady is just going to be over here with her little cigarette, which is actually going to be a straw. Smoking is bad for your health. Just saying. So she's just going to be over here with her Cruella de Vil like pose. With the door over here. And he's talking at her. And it's going to be an old style movie. And I mean old by very old, silent film style movie. So all of this is going to be shot in black and white. And this is going to be the text screen. Well, I will just type in the text here until it is time to actually create my old style how do these things work? Oops, what did I do? Okay.
Mom, turn the printer on.
Hold on, just a sec. That was my oldest son. And let's see, where's the font size? Let's see. Okay. What he's going to say is you. Oops, why is it stretch out again? You haven't. You haven't paid your rent. month. Today's the first of the month, guys. Why is it all stretched out like this? Let's see. You haven't paid your rent this month. Easy. Let's see. Yeah, that's more normal. Okay, so that's going to be what he says for now. He's like, blah, blah, blah. You haven't paid your rent this month, and it's going to continue. And he's going to be right back in his other stance. Oops. Let's see. Sometimes you gotta copy. Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you do it if you know if it is okay. You don't always have to redraw everything, especially if you got something that's really a similar scene.
Are you recording?
Yes, I am. Do you want to say hello?
Hello.
Do you want to say your name, or do you want to be anonymous?
No! Anonymous!
Okay, he's anonymous. Anonymous boy is his name.
Dang it, the comments didn't come up well.
Don't throw away! So he's like got a little smirk, and she maybe is looking at him this time and smiling bigger. So, like I said, truly, truly rough. I can't believe I'm showing everybody this, but hey, this is what it looks like when you're just roughing it out. Totally rough thumbnails. You're trying to get your ideas out of your brain. So don't feel afraid to get your ideas out of your brain, even if it is just rough stuff. So, what did we do so far? She's going into her apartment. She walks into the apartment. She puts her keys down. She's walking over to the bed, very sad. She plops down on the bed. It's a dramatic pose, so I know that she's plopping down on the bed. And then she's sitting there sadly. She's sad. Now you can see up close that she's sad. She reaches down for something. It's a picture in a picture frame, and she looks sad. And it's good times. It was her and her little poochie. Oh, they look so happy. And then she looks over, and then, oh no, Poochie's dead. And she's very sad. And she sighs more. And then the door knocks. Who could that be? Pound, pound, pound on the door. And it is the bad guy. And a close-up of the bad guy. And she's like, what are you doing in my place? And he takes a big step in, remember, big step in. And he begins to talk. And he said, you haven't paid your rent this month. And that is where I'm going to leave it for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little thumbnail session. It was really, I'm going to switch to camera now. Okay. I got my Mr. Anonymous was in the camera shot. But there I go. Oh, I was really close there. But there I go. And I hope you guys enjoyed this little session. And hopefully you'll like and share and subscribe. And if you're in Los Angeles area, go ahead and join the meetup, and then we can meet in person. So thanks again, you guys, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last day. I have to think of something special. Tomorrow is the last day of the 30-day post-a-date challenge.
And first of all, you can see Mr. Anonymous comic.
Oh, is Mr. Anonymous making a comic?
What are you talking about? It's already done. If you're a Pokemon fan, you're free to watch it.
Are you trying to use my channel to get your own fans?
No!
All right, guys. Well, have a good night, and it was great talking to you, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.